Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the Algebra 1 concept of determining slope. This is standard A.3A in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 48 off the 2022 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we have a blank coordinate grid here. We got a line that passes through these 2 points, and we need to find the slope of the line. So if we really wanted to, I guess we could graph these points. So -3, 1 is going to be right there. It's not really going to do us much good, but we'll go ahead and just put it up there just to make sure that we can at least visualize it. All right, so we got a line. So it looks like we're going to have a positive slope because it's moving up from left to right. All right, and so let's see. How do we find slope? Well, remember, this slope is the change in y over the change in x. So sometimes we'll refer to that as rise over run because the y coordinates rise up and down, the x coordinates run side to side. Really, we're looking at find 2 y coordinates, subtract them. That's your numerator. Find 2 x coordinates, subtract them. That's your denominator. So let's make this my x1 and my y1. And let's make 5 my x2 and my y2. I suggest labeling these so you keep them in order. So my y2 is going to be 8 minus my y1 is going to be 1. Okay, that's easy. My x2 is going to be 5. And then that's going to be my x1 -3. So 5 minus -3 is going to end up being a positive. So that's going to be 7/8. All right, so it looks like 7/8. So I do at least see an answer there. What happens if we flip these? Right? So what if that's my x2 and that's my y2? And what if that's my x1 and y1? There's no reason why I had to use the -3, 1 as my x1 and y1. Well, let's see what happens. So my y2 is going to be 1 minus my y1 is going to be 8. See, that's going to be negative. And then my x2 is going to be -3. My x1 is going to be 5, so that's going to be a negative as well. So look at this. 1 minus 8 is going to be -7, and then -3 minus 5 is going to be -8. So you might think, oh, that's different, but remember, 2 negatives make a positive, right? So it's going to end up being the exact same thing. So it doesn't really matter when you get 2 points which set is x1 and y1 and which set is x2 and y2. So either way, you're looking at that 7/8, which is right in front of us. But did you know that there is another way to do this? And let's go back to the graph. So some of you, once you saw the graph, you might have graphed it, and you might not have done any of this, right? So it's possible to solve this. The graph really helps without doing any of that calculation. So let's go back to our 2 points here. Right, so I've got my -3, 1 right there. And then I've got my 5, 8 right here. Well, remember, it's simply the change in y over the change in x. It's my rise over run. So I want to start from one of these points, and I want to see how far up does it move. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that's a +7 because it's moving up. I'm trying to get to that 8. And then it's over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a +8. So that's 7/8. And if you wanted to do the same thing, if you wanted to start here, right, it would go down 7. So if we're starting from the upper one, and then it went to the left 8, which is -8. So that would equal the -7 over the -8. So you can actually use the graph, plot it that way, and just see how far the x and y change are. Either way, our answer here is G.